and in effect.
I don't know about in
Welcome
effect.
back. We are in effect. What I'm saying. I want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I said, welcome back. This man interrupted my intro to another episode of the Get Down. I am your host, the Hammer.
I'm your boy Snake.
I'm Mingo D. That was my Naruto. Sorry, couldn't. Still working on it.
He going through some things.
Ain't nobody even see that. Like you like this little on the screen. I'm saying we all little on the screen, but like we little, but then you little, so it's like
I'm a little.
nobody's seen it at all. They heard it.
Damn it, man. That's so cold blooded.
It is.
Cold blooded.
They saw me. They saw me.
Anyway, we're gonna get into some nerd talk about the games. Right off the bat, I'm gonna jump in on the Xbox Series X. So they are officially doing, or it is officially getting, a huge UI update. Now, the last console or system that had a big UI update was PlayStation, and it didn't go over so well. People, things were moved around, and people were kind of upset. After seeing the update and seeing the things that changed, I kind of understood. My little brother has PlayStation 4, and he was kind of hot about it at first. He's like, what the hell? Why is all my stuff different? Where is this? Where is that? So, being that people get comfortable with UI, and quiet as kept, or side note, that's what I should say. Side note, I don't have the Xbox, but I have seen people that have streamed the new Xboxes. And before this update, the UI interface is pretty much identical. Like, it's pretty much the same as the Xbox One. They didn't do a whole lot of changing, but apparently with this update, with this new UI, it's gonna be different. In the article, says the Xbox Series X interface introduced no substantial changes. This is the original one, and was almost indistinguishable from that of the Xbox One. Basically, it was basically the same, which was to me personally, was not a bad thing. I don't think it was a bad thing at all, because the current interface on the last gen Xbox One, to me, is perfectly fine. I mean, Snake can speak on it if there's things that he don't like, but I think it's fine. I like the way the tabs are. I like that I can customize my tabs. Like, the way it's laid out to me is perfectly okay. Everything is accessible, and I have no issue. The Series X released with that same basic UI, basic interface, which was fine. It also says here that, of course, it was different from the way the PlayStation 5 UI introduced, because they had a lot of changes from the PS4, and it took some getting used to that from the PS4 interface that they changed right before the PS5 came out. So that was the thing. So now they introduced some of the interface before releasing it through the Insider program. And basically here, I'll read you the quote from it. It says, the Xbox Insider program allows members to receive system updates before they become available to the wider public, so they can provide feedback to the Xbox development team before the changes go live. Of course, there's tiers to that program. I'm actually on the Insider program deal. I signed up for it because it was there. You could do it if you wanted to. Basically, any new updates for the interface or for the OS for Xbox that are released, we'll get an alpha deal that'll go to the insiders to test out before release to everybody else. So the big deal about this big new interface update basically is going to allow people that are connected to 4K monitors to be the first one with the alpha, I guess. It'll allow people with 4K monitors to test the new UI with increased resolution. Now, we all know that the system's been released, the 4K up to I think 8K, but you got to have the right stuff. You got to have the right everything to even make that work. And 8K TVs aren't still mainstream yet. So I mean, you have the ability, but it's kind of like it's to me, it's just not there yet. I don't think there's a real need for 8K. But as far as the 4K, it's supposed to take full advantage of 4K and the 4K ability of the console and the TVs. So I'm assuming, with the higher frame rates and crisper picture, even the interface is supposed to be even more sharp. Xbox is making a big deal about it. They're really, really pushing it. They're wanting people to enjoy the resolution, which I can get. Because you play your games, if you haven't seen Halo in 4K, it's ridiculous. If you've seen demos, it's outstanding. Most phones now show video in 4K, and they've been, demoing Halo in 4K. So it's been like the same. So, but going forward, all of the updates that are going to be with this, because you're going to get the dark mode, which I'm guessing was not.
I like that.
I don't think that was at the release. I don't think it was available on the console. The dark mode is supposed to be coming back, along with some other changes. It just says other changes. So I'm hoping they keep the tile system where I can like customizable tiles where I can separate my games into categories. Like I have a tab for shooters, I have a tab for sports games, I have a tab for RPGs. I have a tab for fighting games. Like I hope they keep that. I don't want massive changes to that part of it, but 4K resolution and taking advantage of 4K in different aspects while using just the regular interface before playing games, I think can be pretty cool. Now, I do have this question, because Mingo's always good about answering this question. Do you personally think that they should be even making a change to a user interface that works so well already? Do you think they should change anything, or do you think they should just kind of leave it as it is and tweak it and just kind of leave it alone?
I would honestly, I think they should have left it alone. As you were talking, I was like going through like the different questions of why or what was the purpose, and I was technically answering them in my head as well. But yeah, I think they should, only because one of the first questions that I was going to ask, which is why or why now? Because when you think about the PlayStation got a lot of heat because they released the PlayStation 5. Then it's like, oh, here's the UI change. And it was like people got the PlayStation 5 and then you got a UI change. And which it would have been better if you just would have UI with the PlayStation 5 right at launch, and then explained it that way, had tutorials, whatever. So, but people were mad about that, and that's why. And then you sent it to the PlayStation 4, which made a lot of people upset because things that they were used to changed. Opposed to it's different when you have to buy a new computer or a new whatever, new TV, new car, and then everything's different. Opposed to you getting your old car back from the shop or whatever, then somebody says, "Oh yeah, I put this thing in there." And you're like, "Wait, what? You did this?" And yeah, and I changed that. And like, "Whoa, time out! Whoa!" So it's kind of weird that way. And so with Xbox, it seemed like they were going to keep everything the same, just to kind of make everything run smoothly. But all of a sudden, almost a year into the new life cycle of the Series X, it's, oh hey, here's a new UI, enjoy. And I think I get it, maybe, but to me it's like to me it seemed like you were playing with fire, because it's kind of like, okay, now you're just gonna throw this in there. And I get it, they want everybody to enjoy it, the 4K, they're trying to change some things up. I know this isn't necessarily, at first I thought it was maybe to compete with PlayStation, but I don't think it is. I think you said it when you said 4K. And I think this is definitely. I mean, I'm not sure. You guys tell me. I haven't used Xbox for Game Pass or any of that stuff like that. So I'm assuming they're trying to still go on that whole arc of we're trying to make games be able to be played everywhere. So we have a UI. This is only if the UI works on all your devices like this. I'm not sure how Xbox's UI works on the other devices. But if you have a UI that works well on the console and you can get 4K and do all this, and then you open up your computer and then you can get 4K and do everything else and it runs smoothly. Then you open your Roku TV and it does the same thing. But then the new Samsung 8K TV comes out, somebody buys that and it works even better on that. You can just continue to grab that money, I'm assuming, if that's how it works. If that's not how it works, then I'm totally confused about why they did it now. It seems a little weird to release it late in the game that way, unless this is your end game, shout out to Marvel, and you're trying to, push this whole, we're going to do 4K and we want to make this thing work everywhere. So when people, thanks, Black Friday coming up, Christmas, when people start buying new devices and TVs and stuff, then they'll have a reason to continue to use Xbox, even though Series X's might not be available, or maybe people might buy them up. I mean, I don't know if that's like I said, you guys tell me if that's how the UI works. Like I said, I don't know. But if that is, then okay, I guess it makes sense. If it isn't, then I'm confused why they're doing it so late. So if it's the first one, I would say I think it's foolish. Me personally, because I feel like they released it too late. But if it's the second one, then okay, maybe they're just going for a cash grab, and okay, I can see that. So that's where I stand on it.
All right.
Sorry, that was a lot.
No. You're good. Think you got any opinion on it? I mean, I just want my box to play right. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, me and you know for firsthand, like, about Microsoft. Like, I'm not surprised by this at all. Like, I mean, and I don't know why your question was like, do they need to be? You asked, do they need to change an interface that's already working or something like that? Like, Microsoft is known for this. Like, it's nothing new. They've changed their thing. Like, one day we just woke up and it was changed. And I was like, what the hell? Like,
that's true.
That's
true.
Changed it. But it just made, if you think about how everything is, like, a lot of people are moving over to the newer console now. Since it's been out, there are a lot more people getting it now. So cool. They are, just like they did with Xbox 360 to Xbox One. Like, they changed the interface. Like, it's just like from Xbox to Xbox 360. Like, they're changing it. So they're getting it ready for, like you said, it's going to be 4K, to be able to work on 4K screens and stuff like that. It's just they're updating it to where they will eventually get the transition to fully be onto the new gen. So it's nothing new. I mean, it's the same thing that they've done when the prior systems coming out. So, I mean, like I said, they've changed it, I don't know how many times on Xbox One, like 4 or 5 times since it launched. So this ain't gonna be the last one they do for this one. Whenever
I'm sure it won't.
I mean, they keep coming. Some of the prior ways that they had the interface were better than what they have now, but somebody somewhere, made a decision they want it this way, so that's why they have it this way. So there's prior ones I liked the way it was, but now they have this one. It's like, to me, I feel like it's getting a little bit duller. Like, if that makes any sense.
I can see your point there.
It's not as interactive as it used to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that's intentional.
Like, where the hell is my character? I made my character have the whole stuff to really flip around and stuff. I used to be able to see my other friends and their characters, and like, And now you have to click on stuff to get to them and stuff. It used to be on the main screen.
Yep, and I think some of that was on purpose. Honestly, I feel like sometimes society or sometimes like you get the group of people that are that
boring
are
people,
consumers of this. Well, yeah, you get people that are consumers and they're like, oh, it's just too much clutter. Everybody wants everything to be clean cut. Clean
this
cut,
is
dry.
too much clutter.
There. I mean, I don't know, because everything's sectioned off in tiles, so it's just like right
but
there.
But it's like
it's very,
stuff
very
I don't...
generic and in your face.
No, but still, like it's literally like there's stuff that.
Well, they're gonna advertise and stuff. You know that.
Yeah, but like at the same time, like how is it like the other stuff? Like this is more cluttered than it used to be. To be honest, it is. I mean, like you can like everything that's on this page. You just scroll over and it was over there. Like it was still there. Nowadays like
right.
Now it's just like your face. Like it's in like
your face.
Like it's there. Like
it's the convenience of it. That's what they're shooting for, is the convenience. Well, some people it is because it's like right there. Like you just said, like ooh, in your face.
Well see that's what the question I wanted to ask you, because you said it in the thing, the insider program, right? So who are these people? Like, and how many of them, how many members are in this program? Because if they're deciding for the billions and billions of Xbox One people or whatnot, is that really fair? Maybe because they're paying a fee.
Well, no. Here's the thing with the insiders. With the insiders, here's the thing: you can sign up for that on your Xbox. Like you can choose to sign up for that. Now there's different tiers of it, and I think you change tiers by participating in the different things that they release, like like beta or the alpha things that you try it out. The more you do it, the higher like you'll switch tiers, and eventually you become like one of the upper tier Xbox insiders, and they send you more beta and stuff. No, it's just something you just sign up. Basically, it's like when they used to call it like Xbox Labs. That's what they used to call it. And you just signed up, and then they would send like little things, little changes to the like the interface. They would send it to you like, hey, try this out for a week and let us know how you like it. And you would try it out, and then you could choose to like send them a message like, hey, I thought this was really good, or hey, this sucks. We cannot use this.
Okay.
And then I think they take the collective from that and make changes or do whatever, and then they may try to release, whatever the update is based off of that. But yeah, anybody can sign up. You can sign up to do it because it has a thing there where it's like it tells you sign up to be an insider. So, I mean,
okay, well, I guess that's fair then. I guess you can't get mad at that. If it's free and anybody can sign up and you haven't signed up and then they make the changes, then you can't. Then it is what it is. It's just like, well, I guess I have to sign up, put a gun to everybody's head and say, y'all pick this one right here and keep my people on the thing flipping, or I'm going to shoot everybody. And then they're like, okay, and then you get the people back flipping. So there you go. That's how you do it. Don't do that. That's mafia stuff. Don't do that. That's bad. That's bad, people.
I think that the avatars. When I used to like the avatar too, because I thought it was dope. My avatar had like a little robot. The robot from Halo. From what is it? Halo? Was it Halo 2? Halo 2? Or yeah, I think Halo 2. Had the little eye that would follow you around. Like he had that. Yeah, like you could dress your avatar however you wanted him. And he was like there, and they took that away. It was kind of a shock when they took him away, but at the same time, like I said, there's always that group that wants everything to be mega clean. It's like straight to the point, in your face. Like everything is, everything's laid out because the tile thing is just like Windows 10. If anybody uses Windows 10, that literally is part of the Xbox interface because everything is like in tiles.
And Windows 11 just came out, so that could be another reason why. Yeah, I ain't think about that.
And it could be, but with those, you've been on the computer and you've seen like where it has the little square tiles and you click on it and that's the actual app or whatever. It's the same thing on that interface. So it didn't surprise me, and and I'm okay with it because it's still I can navigate it, and the fact that I can customize what tabs are going to be on this screen, and I can scroll down and control what is on this screen. Like that makes it a little bit more okay, I guess. But moving on from that, company called Scuff Gaming. They have a new, faster, say that with quotation, a new, faster Xbox Series X controller. Now, the deal with this controller, the main goal, according to their articles, it's articles from Gamer Rant, shout out Gamer Rant. Shout out Joey Pineda, Mr. Troublesome. He's the one that found these two stories for us to talk about. So I definitely want to talk about them on the show. Exactly.
He's back.
So the Scuff controller, or the Scuff Gaming, they come up with a controller that basically is supposed to shave off milliseconds off your reaction time. Now, people that play competitively, this is probably really big to them. It's probably really, really huge. If you play competitively, like everything, you're on a schedule, you're on a time frame. You know, as far as
I want one.
How you're playing the game. You know, certain moves or certain combinations of buttons have to happen at this time, right at this moment. You know, if I'm playing a shooter, if I'm playing Battlefield, and I want to be able to react, I want to be able to draw my gun past the next person, this controller might be it, because it's supposed to shave those milliseconds off of your reaction. So,
okay,
it's a modified custom controller. And basically, I mean, and looking at the picture, I'm sure you got the picture on the screen right now. You can kind of see it. You know, it looks like the new Series X controller, or a PC controller, because it's the same thing. But the way that the buttons are designed, the way everything's set up, it's almost like the controller reacts to what you're doing quicker to make everything happen faster in the game, if that makes sense. So like when I pull the trigger to shoot, it's supposed to, the way it's designed, I'm supposed to be able to press that trigger, and it's supposed to actually be milliseconds faster than if I were using a regular control. So if this is the case, I mean, I think that could be really, really dope. It says it reduces, let's see really quick. So it says compatible with all Xbox consoles, the Instinct and the Instinct Pro. There are two versions of this. Our controllers are specifically designed to save players milliseconds by reducing the time it takes to press each button. While both controllers are made for at-home competitive play, the Instinct Pro is designed specifically with certain mouse and keyboard optimization in mind. So the Pro is more PC involved, but it works on both. And like you heard him say, it's designed with the mouse involved, like in mind, optimized like the mouse. So that could be huge for shooters, because that's the one leg up that PC players have whenever they're playing shooters. That a mouse is like mega fast. It's way faster than use that trigger. Now they're saying this is supposed to, they didn't say it's going to be on par, but it's supposed to, what's the word? Excuse me. Supposed to be I said on par, but it's supposed to be, I guess, equivalent to or close to equivalent to using an actual mouse when aiming fire. So that could be cool if that truly is the case.
When does it come out?
It's available already. According to this. It is. The Scuff, Instinct, and Instinct 4 are available right now.
Starting at $169.99.
Yep. So basically, it's the same price as, maybe a little more expensive, as the what is that controller, Tyler? The one that Microsoft put out.
The Elite.
Yes. The Elite.
The Elite. The only difference is the Elite ain't scuff proof.
True. Elite is not self-proof. Jackass.
Okay, so
Anyway,
that's interesting. Wow.
Well, the good thing is this company also makes the controller for a PlayStation. So you can get a PlayStation version of this controller that they're talking about is for Xbox, which I think is cool. Like, my thing is, if the triggers are really like, if they're adaptive triggers, or if they're which adaptive would be PlayStation, but if you have if the triggers are really reflective, or if they really react to, or what am I trying to say? Words.
If they're really that reactive?
If they really are that, I don't want to say sensitive, because I don't think it's sensitive either, but I think if they react that well, it can definitely give a gamer a leg up playing a shooter, or playing any game where it requires,
what the fuck
it requires that trigger like that.
I'm testing it out without testing it out, damn it.
The trigger.
Yeah, but he has a mouse like.
Okay. So what he's saying is, the thing that really got me, because I was wondering, the Pro. He said the Pro it's on par with a mouse. So the mouse, the reason why they get you so good on the mouse and keyboard is because they're able to click, 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 click like this, right? With the finger, and then But they're saying that it should be on par, so you should be able to boom and be able to do your fingers that fast and be able to catch up to this.
Well, there's that.
As soon as they click and you do that, and boom, boom, you got it.
That's not the reasoning, though. Like the triggers and then the clicking, like that's not the reason this is more accurate. It's the actual being able to precision move it around where you need it. Like the controller, like you're having to move it with your fingers and like try to get it to it's takes more skill to use the controller than it does to do.
No, I'm not saying that, but based off of the Pro, I'm assuming that maybe even when moving the
I get what they're saying.
That it should make it fast.
But I don't see it. It's not gonna. I don't see it doing it.
Yeah, I want that. That's why I asked if it was coming out, because I wanna know. First, I was gonna say maybe we should test those out first, but 169, no. I was gonna say that maybe we get Cole or somebody on the computer, and then we'll get Kaiser, somebody, or you with that controller, and then y'all test it out and see which one is faster.
The Instinct Pro starts at $199.99. The regular Instinct is $169.99.
See, my thing is, even if it shaves off milliseconds like it is, that's still not enough to keep up with a mouse. Like he said, it takes way more skill to use an actual control, like a controller. It takes more skill to do that with a thumbstick and like play the actual game than it does to do the other way with a mouse, to just kind of move it. I mean, the aiming is like impeccable. Like you can just like put the mouse right there and just like, oh, headshot. Yeah. Like that's why you see people that play PC.
And that's why I want to see these tests, because I know somebody has it. You know what I mean? I know somebody. I mean, well, they probably don't, but I know they're going to. But I was hoping that maybe we could get it first. If it wasn't that price, I was gonna say on this channel we can get it. With the way we got the Streamlabs going, we can have Cole. Like I know, and maybe your brother, right? Your brother is a keyboarder. Is a keyboard mouse player. So yeah, we can get them and then have them go against you and Tyler. I mean, you and Snake or Kaiser or somebody, and have them, and then y'all can use the controller and then actually get firsthand and see. But $200 to test, I don't know if that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
The way these are set up, these actually might have a competition, like as far or actually compete very well with those Xbox controller, the Elite controllers, because they do literally everything the same exact way that the remapping, you can remap the paddles like how you want, the trigger mechanism, It has like the little switch to where you can flip it. There's a that has the performance grip, gripping on it. You can interchangeable thumbsticks. The removable faceplate, like to where you can put different faceplates on them if you want. Like, there's a lot of this is a fully customizable controller, just like the Elite. So I don't know. I feel like I would go for this one over the Elite though. I don't know why. I just feel like this one would be better.
Are they around the same price?
I don't know about the Elite. It's compatible with the X series, the Xbox One, Windows 10, iOS 10 plus.
I just want these tests. I wish we could do it, but I want to see them. If somebody else does the test, if there's anybody out there that knows if the tests have already been done, let us know in the comments, or let us know right now. Maybe you can get on and tell us. And if not, maybe y'all want to donate to Get Nerdy and help us get the controllers that we can play for you guys. We can do that. If y'all want to do that, I wouldn't be upset if you did. I wouldn't be upset. Hammer would definitely not be upset. This is to get down.
At all.
The get down won't be upset at all. So y'all want to do that. Because
Exactly.
I just want to see what I want to see. That's the ultimate showdown. First the Elite versus them, but a controller that could possibly beat a mouse and a keyboard is a game changer. It's almost as big as a game changer as finally having full cross-platform, and then a PlayStation person, a Nintendo. I just want to see it that way. We got him. It happened.
Hey, back. What the hell?
What was that?
My internet went out.
Oh. Whoa.
Sorry about that. Continue.
No, that was it. I said it, and then it clicked, and then it glitched. So it was like the perfect ending of a sentence. Magic, people. Internet magic. They can't see my hands. I forgot. I'm trying to do all this. They can't see my hands. I be forgetting that they can't see me. I try to do all this extra stuff on the camera. They're like, what is he doing?
Go ahead, Ray.
All right, so moving on now. I've got a couple of game reviews, and then we are going to get out of here. So, 12 minutes. This is a game that just released. I think it's got a PC version. That's what it's called. 12 minutes. It's a time loop puzzle game. I'm pausing because I've read that 4 times, and I'm still like, a time loop puzzle game. I don't. I'm trying to understand. Like, they have different genres of everything.
You literally just put yourself into the game because you read it 4 times. Get it?
You stupid.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Because you looped yourself 4 times.
Exactly. So, this game. Stop it. So, this game, I want to talk about something in particular because it is impressive in this fact. It has some big name actors in it. Willem Dafoe, Daisy Riley, James McAvoy.
That's who it is.
Yeah, like this, Call of Duty has a habit. Call of Duty and Battlefield both have a habit of, getting 1 or 2 actors to come in and voice, a character. Like Call of Duty got Ice Cube for Black Ops. A lot of people get that he was one of the soldiers for Black Ops, and Modern Warfare 2 had the guy that was the U.S. He was part of the U.S. the U.S. military. He was the corporal. But I'm trying to think what movie you would recognize him from. When you hear his voice, you know his voice. Um, I don't know a lot of people that watch Greenleaf, but he's like the pastor on Greenleaf. I'm trying to think what else he's been in. Oh, that's like really preppable. Anyway, they usually get voice actors to do stuff like that. This game, they kind of stepped out and they grabbed themselves, themselves a heavy hitter. Willem Dafoe, if you don't know, he's been in tons of movies, but a lot of people know him from being the Green Goblin in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, which I thought he did a really good job. Like, I believed him with the long face and everything. But, and then James McAvoy, James McAvoy is, Google him, IMDb, you'll see who he is. The only thing about this, and this is something that they said, I have not experienced this game. They said the game itself is good, it has a good plot, but they don't let these characters, that have these actors come in and voice, they don't let them develop. You learn a little bit about the Deathstar stigmas, but they don't spend any real time with them in the present. Every time you see them or you interact with them, it's in that 12-minute, I guess, loop that the game is built on. There's nothing in, like, when you get back to the actual time and present, there's nothing with them really. Like, there's no real interaction. Everything is always within the loop or within, I don't know if you're having a flashback and thinking about something, or like when you're involved in the loop and you're not in the present time, that's whenever most of their interaction is in that time span. It said here that the game never offers the opportunity to ask questions like, what? So he said there was no game itself, being that it was supposed to be a simple game, but it wasn't, at least with some kind of depth. When you have a game, you wanted to explore these characters, especially a game like this. It's not like action, shooting, and all this. It's like, this is a time where you build up the characters. Like, the characters have to play a heavy role in it. You have to believe whatever these characters are in this story that you're telling in this type of game. Battlefield, the action can just take over. You can have bad dominated, so the voice acting needs to be good. You need to, like, develop the characters so people get invested in the story to keep playing. Finish that game, A Way Out. I think me and him kind of lost interest because
I haven't played the game completely, so I can't go into too much depth. I wouldn't necessarily agree and say that it doesn't have anything to give or that it's completely, stationary. But it's kind of from the same person that was handcuffing them.
This edition, again, just released actually yesterday. Update. Like I say, getting revenge is toxic vibranium to pop up all over the world. She worked with them to perfect the dialect, so T'Challa sounds like T'Challa. Like, it's ridiculous. It's a bit out of hand, but it's hands-on review of everything that I've seen and or experienced as far as watching. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 until I play it. Now, once I play it, it might go up, because if Black Panther, he looks really fun to play with, and like, that's saying a lot, because I thoroughly enjoyed Black Widow and Thor in the beginning. So it's a lot to say. Like, if he plays even half as good as Black Widow, then I'll probably bump it up to a 9. I won't give it a perfect 10 because nothing's perfect, but I'll give it a 9. If the combat is good enough, like it should be, I think it'll be a solid 9. That's just my personal opinion. But definitely, like I said, if you have Avengers and you haven't checked, go check out the download. Like I said, it's free. You gotta do is just go download it, play it. Let us know down in the comment section if you do play it. Tell us what you think about it. please let me know what's about it. I like games and I like talking about it. So definitely, if you play it, give me your thoughts on it. Put it down in the comments. I will definitely read it, and we can talk about it at some other point in time. We'll definitely talk about it. If you had fun, tell me what you had fun with. Tell me what you disliked. I like all that conversation. But as the saying goes, we have reached the end, and it is about that time for us to hit that old dusty trail. So thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you don't forget to on YouTube like, comment, subscribe, share the video. The notification bell. Notification bell is important to let you know every time we go live or if we upload any videos. If you're on Facebook, thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you continue to like, make sure you continue to share, and comment on our page. Think of this, get ready to start posting a few polls. I want to get some people's opinions about a few things, especially since Black Friday is coming up. You know, I want to get some opinions about the games that are coming out, games that have released. Definitely gonna get some votes going and try to see where people are at as far as some of these topics. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, that's all I got for tonight. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm the Hamma. That's Snake. That's Mingo D. And we will see you back here again next Wednesday for the kids.